innovators?
Yeah, I think we're in like maybe like the
Yeah.
1.25%.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
So we are working on our product to address the mass market. You know, kind of be like the Apple II or the Model T equivalent of the drone industry. It's just there's a lot of complexity into going and making that product to make it simple for everybody else, right? And so we're taking on, talking with Dennis Hayes about this, taking on all the complexity, you know, so everyone else it's simple.
Right. And Dennis Hayes was like the early, like the inventor of modem, Hayes modem, right?
Yes.
This is what Jacob's talking about.
And he has been a great guy to be able to learn from, because as much as there's like in the Southeast and, you know, especially around Atlanta where we're based out of, a great, you know, tech environment, tech scene. However, it is mostly around software and really kind of software as a service for larger enterprises.
Right.
And so it's very rare, at least around here, and really around the globe, to find someone that's made a product, built a company, and then multiple products around it, especially like a hardware, like true technology product, and not just, hey, here's a business that we can go serve with existing technology, like, you know, software. It's not like you're inventing any new software, right? You're just, hey, we're going to create a new application to scale up this service or to be able to streamline offering that service, right? And I feel like Dennis Hayes has been an exception in my life for someone that's actually built, you know, a new technology and, you know, brought it to market at a fairly large scale. I mean, he's not single-handedly responsible, but, you know, him and his company were responsible for bringing millions of people online. And
which is amazing, right? So why do you think people shy away from the hardware side?
Why do people?
In your opinion? Because I guess like it's easier to, I'm thinking scale up is a SaaS business much faster, or what's the issue here?
You know, not everyone's crazy. It's like, you know, I was in college and I was thinking, you know, hey, I'll start a drone business. And of course, and like my whole idea, you know, I said make the world more accessible. The way I was thinking about it at the time was to map the world with drones. And so I was like, well, to do that, we need to make our own drones. That's like an obvious, right? And then two, we need to make our own software platform. I'm not really a developer or engineer. I've learned, you know, a little bit along the way, more so on like the engineering, hardware, production, assembly, picking out components, understanding those.
You're the visionary, like Elon Musk, right?
Hopefully not like Elon Musk, but yeah.
Not the extreme.
Well, the extreme is fine, but just not like him, right? You know, it's like,
why not? Why
not? I like Jacob Andrews, right?
Okay,
you know, I want to be extreme like Jacob Andrews, not extreme like Elon Musk, right? So I realized that, you know, we needed to get into hardware, even though I'm not really the engineer myself. I had already done some like basic drone repair work at that time, but I met, I didn't meet Brian. Brian and I have known one another since I was like pre-K and he was in second grade. He was just finishing up school at the Art Institute of Atlanta, and he had a background in digital video, like media production. And I was like, hey, well, I have a drone that I got off the shelf. It's essentially a flying camera. So we can basically go start our business as a media business and then use that to bootstrap and eventually, you know, get to making our own hardware and software. And so I don't know if I would even recommend anyone to start with hardware as their first business. Now, again, absolutely, if you have a calling to it, you know, go do it. But I would even like, how can you figure out how you can start making money at your business before you do any like technology development? I really like the idea of like, go provide value to someone and then build technology around it.
Why is that? To get cash? Like to support the business?
Yeah, like the way that I looked at it and still kind of look at it, given we are at a point that an injection of a seed round of capital could really help us expedite our development and go-to-market timeline with Omnibot Air, our next drone product. But it was really just the thought that I need to be able to prove I can make money with no money before, you know, I can get money and, you know, make a lot more money with that money, right? Especially if I'm asking for that money from other people that aren't our customers. Right.
I think sometimes entrepreneurs like have to find, you know, like they have to be versatile, like as they're first starting, and they have to like just like, okay, I have $10,000. How can I flip that, make it into $20,000, and just think quick on your feet because you're gonna need that cash.
Yep.
So this.
I think I learned this I heard this from him after the fact, but a guy I really respect that I've never met, I would love to meet. He's getting up there in age. Nolan Bushnell. He was the founder of Atari and also the founder of Chuck E. Cheese. Never would have thought, the same guy founded both companies, but he also echoes that
similar,
same.
I guess.
Both. I mean, Atari started out making games for arcades, and then hey, let's go start an arcade business, right? But yeah, he echoed the same advice: is don't start a business that you can't start with the money that you have now. And so we started iView with like $1,000 and some equipment that all in we probably had like $5,000 between assets and cash to start.
You're not
with.
an asset heavy business at this point.
No, I mean even at this point, I mean we're like we have 3D printers and like some production equipment, media production equipment, but we run a very lean operation still.
Smart. So